Is Pollard the president of Cricket West Indies? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Forum, your place for the latest news, views, rumors, and gossips in the world of cricket. Coming up also in today's show, Cricket West Indies have named their 13-man squad for the Test series against England. Over 150 players retained for the 100 in England, both male and female. Ireland and the UAE have qualified for the World Cup to be held in Australia. And in the Pakistan Super League playoff, in the first match in the playoff, where Multan Sultans are playing Lahore, the score Multan Sultans 25 for 1 off 4 overs. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in today. Today's show is brought to you by the Dealmaker Store. If you are looking for a clean, reliable, affordable pre-owned vehicle to buy in the Caribbean, then click the link in the video description and support the Dealmaker Stores. I want to thank the people at the Dealmaker Store for sponsoring today's show. And please, I'm asking you to slash a like on the video, slash a like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the show. Now, Ricky Skerritt, the elected president of Cricket West Indies, is so weak, he's so inept, he's so poor as a leader, he's such a coward, he lacks idea, he's collecting money under false pretense, and because of that, Pollard is running the show at West Indies cricket, especially when it comes to white ball. I have credible information that most people in this West Indies setup, including regional coaches, regional CEOs, are afraid of Kieran Pollard. Where does Kieran Pollard get all that power from? I don't know, but it stems from the fact that the president is weak and you have handed over stewardship of the West Indies cricket to Kieran Pollard. Otherwise, this Pollard could not have so much power in West Indies cricket, and he's not good. He doesn't deserve to be in the team. He doesn't deserve to be the captain of the team. And you have made it clear to Cricket West Indies that if he is not captain, he will not remain a part of the team. So what? So what? Go away. The entire world is seeing that Pollard is not interested in West Indies cricket. He is only in it for the pride of captaining West Indies cricket. But we know that's not where Pollard's interest is. Pollard's interest is with the Mumbai Indians. That's where his interest is because that's where he makes his money. And I am looking to see if the 100, which clash with the CPL this year, whether Pollard is going to play in the CPL or he's going to go to the 100. I bet you that Pollard is going to go where the bigger money is. So why is it that Pollard is blighting young West Indian futures from playing franchise cricket and forcing them to play for the West Indies? This is a bad mind, man. He's a bad mind. He doesn't want anybody else to make money. He thinks he alone should make the money. But if Pollard alone makes the money, how is he going to survive? You know, there are some people in this world who don't understand that for you to be successful, you need people around you to be successful also. If all of us are successful, the more we will be successful. If everybody living around me were a millionaire, US millionaire, not Jamaican millionaire, because we all are. I'm talking about US millionaire. If everyone living around me were a US millionaire, do you know how rich I am today? I will not be rich, I'll be wealthy. So Pollard is this bully in West Indies cricket, and it is not good. And the sooner we get rid of Pollard, The sooner the people in the Caribbean stand up and get rid of Pollard, the better it is for West Indies cricket. Because if the present state of West Indies cricket continues, it going to go bankrupt. And those little boys and little girls who are dreaming of playing for West Indies will not have that opportunity. Skerritt must go. Shallow must go. Pollard must go. And where are those prime ministers who are calling for Dave Cameron to resign? Haven't they seen that the cricket is now worse than when Dave Cameron was in charge? And mark you, I'm not saying bring back Dave Cameron. I am comparing two diameters. I am comparing two levels of performance. West Indies cricket today is in chaos. They are without a main sponsor. And we saw in India that they got a sponsorship, a main sponsor, after they came off the plane. Somebody came up to them and said, yo, hold this, man. Hold this. We want to know the value of that hold this. We want to know the value of the sponsorship that West Indies got in India. We want to know why the World Cup cricketers have not been paid as yet. We want to know why those players that toured Pakistan in December have not been paid as yet. There's even rumor that West Indies have owed players for far longer than that. I heard that players that played against Australia last year in that white ball series have not yet been paid. Is this true, Cricket West Indies? Is this true, Ricky Skerritt? Is this true, Swallow or Shallow or whatsoever your name? Is this true? We need to know what is going on in West Indies cricket. We need to know what is going on at the executive level of West Indies cricket. The other day, the CEO was asked a question and he said that he is not going to reply to the question because they are asking him questions about the integrity of people that he's always around. Well, I'm saying that the CEO of West Indies cricket have no credibility in my eyes because it appears that he's just as corrupt. He's just, everyone in that organization at this time appears to be corrupt. Why haven't the players played from the World Cup? We need to know. We need to know why Sheffer and Rutherford cannot play for West Indies again. We need to know. We need to know what happened to Evan Lewis, what happened to Hetmeyer. We need to know what is going on in West Indies cricket, why players have been marginalized because of personal issues with Kieran Pollard and Dwayne Bravo. Multan Sultans are now 41 for 1 after 5.2 overs. Cricket West Indies is on the verge of bankruptcy. The only reason why Darren Bravo was in India with the West Indies team, let me tell you my opinion, and this is my opinion. I think Desmond Haynes wants to pick Myers for that ODI series. And Pollard insisted that Bravo must come because Dwayne communicated that to Bravo. And we have known in the past, we have heard in the past that Dwayne Bravo has sticked out on players that he wanted to tour. And although he's not a part of the setup, he still have influence because Pollard and Simmons are his friends. And they are Trinidadians. And Darren Bravo is his brother. So while Desmond Haynes insisted on carrying Myers, Simmons and Pollard, influenced by Dwayne Bravo, insist that Darren Bravo should go. And so to find a compromise, Haynes said, look then, I'm carrying Roach instead of Seals. That's what happened. That's why Seals was not in India and Roach was there. That's why Myers was there was not there, and Bravo was there as part of the ODI squad, just eating a food. He's just eating a food. I'm looking forward to see the next squad if Bravo is going to be selected. How can you have players in the West Indies who are regressing? And I've said in an earlier video, these guys, you do not see any incremental improvement. You do, the coaching staff must go because they continue to allow themselves to be bullied by Pollard, and it's what Pollard said should go, and it's clear that Pollard is a dunce. Pollard is making so many wrong decisions on the field because he's required to think at a speed that he's incapable of thinking of that speed. He's not fit enough. He's not fast enough in his brain. He's a dunce. And the dunce is leading West Indies cricket. It must get bankrupt. Talk to me, man. If a dunce is leading West Indies cricket, it must get bankrupt. And that is what is going to happen. Because Pollard does not have the mental capacity or the physical capacity to deal with the speed of T20 cricket. And he struggles to complete ODI games. So mark you, why Pollard skipped those two ODI? It's because of he does not have the physical ability to deal with the ODI at the speed which is expected to be played. So let us not fool ourselves. It is full time that West Indies cricket administrators, the elected administrators, and there are some appointed persons who are their character and their integrity have to be questioned. There's no doubt about it. But Ricky Skerritt, Dr. Swallow or Shallow, whatsoever his name, they need to go, and they need to fire Pollard, and they need to fire Phil Simmons and his entire coaching staff. West Indies have been losing with the same coach and the same captain. No other sports operate like that. No other country operates like that. They would have been fired long ago. So why are we not firing Pollard and Simmons and his entire coaching staff? Why? What is so special about them? What is so special about them? I'm trying 46 forward after 6.1 overs. Rizwan and Azmat still at the crease. Rizwan on 11. Not my favorite batsman. He tend to get runs, but there's something about his attitude that I don't like. Just like I don't like Pollard. But apart from the fact that I don't like Pollard, his statistics doesn't merit. His performance as a captain doesn't merit him being the captain. And I don't, it's two reasons, you know. Pollard is not fit enough to play the game at the pace that which is expected to play. And he does not have the mental capacity to captain the team at the pace at which it is supposed to play. And that's why when you watch Pollard captain like the Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders, you realize that the game play very slow because he can operate when it is slow. But when you have to bowl the 20 overs in 95 minutes, Pollard cannot operate at that level. He cannot. And he's the one who is leading West Indies cricket. He's the one who everyone is taking advice from, including Ricky Skerritt, including Simmons. Got another wicket. Asma out. So 50 for 2. Who's bowling? Summit, the leg spinner from, where is he from? England? The leg spinner from England, I think. Asma out. Let's see how he out. Left arm rounded down the wicket, stumped. Misses it. Drift away, just shaped away a little. Down the wicket, the delivery shaped away a little. And this is the first qualifier. So the winner of this match, this is Pakistan Super League. The winner of this match will go straight into the finals of the Pakistan Super Leagues. The loser will get a second chance because they will await the winner of the next match, which is so this match has been played between first and second. the winner goes straight to the final. Then tomorrow, third and fourth will play. The winner of that match now will now play the winner of this match to determine the second finalist. At this time, Multan, who came first in the league, are 52 for 2 after 6.5 over. They are playing against Lahore, who came second. Okay, so Cricket West Indies have named their 13-man squad for the series against England, the test series against England, starting in the West Indies on March 8th. So they have stick the 13. They have gone with Braithwaite. They have recalled Campbell, and it appears that Campbell is the captain's pick, because information coming out, reports coming out, is that Braithwaite wanted Campbell ahead of Solanzo, who was selected for the Sri Lankan tour, named in the 11, got injured, did not take part in the match, and have been subsequently dropped. So is that fair? While that can be understandable, although it hurts to take, especially if you're a supporter of Solanzo or his family, a supporter. If you're a supporter of Solanzo, I can see it hard to take, because the man was picked, got an injured, did not play, and his place is now taken by Campbell, who, from all reports, suggested that Braithwaite, the captain, suggested that he wants Campbell to open with him. I heard somewhere that the batting average between Campbell and Braithwaite as openers is 40 odd. I need to check that. And I heard that Braithwaite recommend that Campbell be the man to partner him at the top of the order. So it's Campbell, it's Braithwaite, Campbell, Bonner, Brooks, Blackwood, Mayers, Older, DaSilva, Joseph, Permaul, Roach, Anderson, Phillips, and Seals, Javan Seals. So Anderson Phillips is getting his first test call-up. So he's in the 13. Remember, only 11 can play. So Anderson Phillips is in the squad. His first test call-up. We are waiting to see if he's going to make his debut. But I think he's a very, very, very good bowler. So we are waiting to see if he's going to make his debut. So this is his first test call-up, Anderson Phillips, along with Jaden Seals, are Trinidadian Pacers. So there's no room for Gabriel, but Roach is still in the squad. My expected 11, if I was picking this team, my 11, I was picking the team. This would be my 11, and I'm giving you this is my 11. I would pick Campbell to open with Braithwaite. I would have Bonner batting at 3. Ideally, I'd want DaSilva to bat at 3, but because he's the keeper, and then if West Indies batting first on the first morning, I would definitely use DaSilva to bat at 3. Definitely. If West Indies is batting first on that first day, I would use DaSilva to bat at 3. I would definitely. There's no doubt about it that DaSilva would be my man to bat at 3 on that first morning. So it would be, I'm naming the 11 for the first morning, batting order for the first morning. This is my 11 for the West Indies batting 11 for the first morning. 1, Braithwaite. 2, Campbell. 3, DaSilva. 4, Bonner. 5, Brooks. 6, Blackwood. All that 7, Mayers at 8. Yes, all that 7, Mayers at 8, and those two are interchangeable. I think Older is a better batsman, so I would bat him at 7. So all that 7, Mayers at 8, then Joseph at 9, Permaul, Roach at 10, and Permaul at 11. That would be my 11 for the first test. I would leave out Seals and Phillips. So Phillips will not get a chance to make his debut in the first test if I was picking that team. So that would be my 11. And they thought that Hope is out, Chase is out, Cardwell and Warwickon. But Permaul deserved his game in the last test that Permaul played, which was against Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, I think in December, Permaul get 8 for 141 or 53 overs. You can't drop a man like that. 8 for 141 or 53 overs. In the first test, he got 5 for 35 from 13 overs. In the first innings of that last test, he got 5 for 35 from 13 overs. And he came back in the second innings, bowled 40 overs and got 3 for 106. So 8 for 141 from 53 overs in his last test. You cannot drop him. He deserved another go. So he would be my frontline spinners. And in this team, we have Roach, who would be the first frontline pace. Older, Joseph, who I think has emerged as the best bowler in the West Indies. I love Seals. I am seeing greatness in Seals. But at this time, I think Joseph, Alzari Joseph, is the best bowler in the West Indies. And he bowled very well in those white ball series that he has played. And I want to see how he's going with this red ball. And ever since he went to England to play county cricket and play some white ball cricket, he's a different bowler. It shows development. Cricket in the West Indies is not being developed. Our coaches and our administrators are taking it for a joyride, and it's time that they need to go. Where are the prime ministers? We are the prime ministers that campaign so much against Dave Cameron. Aren't they seeing now that cricket in the West Indies is in the doldrum and is on the verge of bankruptcy? Where are these prime ministers? Now, the 100. There's a tournament in England. Those who follow cricket have heard about the 100. It's 100 balls per innings, and it was a success last year. And it brings a lot of money into the cricket, a lot of sponsorship. And so yesterday was a deadline for the 8 franchises to retain their players, both male and female, because this is a very good tournament that runs where the females and the male coincide. The competition run coincide. This year, the male tournament would start on August 3rd, and the female will start on August 11th. That's 1 week and 1 day after. Wednesday, August 3rd, we'll see the start of the male tournament, and Thursday, August 11th, we'll see the start of the female tournament with the final sets for September 3rd at Lords. So Lords will host the final, and the final will be a double header. Multans have pushed down to 58 for 2. A chance for a run out, but the batsman busts a dive and everything is okay. Rizwan is it, that busts a dive. 58 for 2, Multan Sultans in the 8th over. 9th over, sorry, 8.2. So Lahore really have them on a strong here. The run rate is just about 7. This is very interesting. 58.2. They will need about 160 to win. This is a very good competition. So the team have retained their players, and franchises were allowed to retain 10 players, plus the male franchises were allowed to retain 10 players plus 1 centrally contracted, ECB centrally contracted player. So in all, they could retain 11 players, but the 11th player must be an ECB centrally contracted player, while the female teams could retain as many players as they possibly could. So yesterday was the cutoff date, and so teams have retained over 150 players. Most of this, and all of England's centrally contracted players have been retained, but players like Pollard and overseas players like Warner and Pollard and Cummins and those players, franchises will have a chance to pick them up in the draft comes March 30th. But interestingly, the 100 clash with the CPL. For a while, the 100 start on the 3rd of August. The CPL also starts in August and runs till September. The finals of the 100 is scheduled for September 3. Both competition clash, and so there are a number of players who will not be participating, cannot participate in both competition. So I'm not expecting the West Indian players to go to the 100. So Pollard and Russell and Ravman Powell and Smith and Shepherd and those guys, we expected them to play in the CPL. Now, this is good for cricket fans because the time zone which see West Indies, England, at that time, England will be 6 hours ahead of the time zone in Jamaica and 5 hours ahead of the Eastern Caribbean. So the time zone is going to allow for cricket fans to watch both competition without have to worry. So cricket fans will be able to watch both competition because of the difference in the time zone. So that is a blessing. There'll be cricket all day. So you sleep, you wake up in the morning. The 100 will probably start sometime around 12 o'clock in Jamaica, and the CPL will start sometime around 6 o'clock. So it will be a good time for cricket fans to watch the 100 in England and the CPL in the West Indies. And the CPL's organizers are saying that over 500 million persons watched the CPL last year. That's 500 million. The viewership for last year's CPL is over 500 million. I am looking to see what the deal is for the broadcast sponsorship for the CPL this year, because definitely franchises are set to make a lot of money in this year, and we don't grudge them. We're glad for that, and we hope that it pass on to the players. So this year, we're looking to see if that viewership is going to once again hit that 500 million viewers mark. So the franchises in England have retained over 150 players, but come March 30th, they will get an opportunity to draft persons like DaSilva, who is an Englishman, Tom Bunton, who is also an Englishman, and overseas cricketers like Pat Cummins, Dave Warner, and so forth. So those cricketers, Kane Williamson from New Zealand, and Colin Monroe is a globe-trotting T20 cricketer. So all of those players will get a chance to be drafted on the 30th of March. So the 100 will clash with the CPL for players, but for viewership, there will be no clash. Cricket fans will have an opportunity to watch both competitions. Finally, and please remember, slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. I'm asking you, please, slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. And Ireland and the UAE have become the last two countries to qualify. They are the last two countries to qualify for the T20 Cricket World Cup in Australia in October. So the UAE and Ireland have qualified for the T20 Cricket World Cup in Australia starting in October. Congratulations to Ireland and the UAE. There's also a ODI going on today against Bangladesh and Afghanistan. I do not have the score on that because I'm watching here the Multan Sultans, who are 65 for 2 of 10 overs. Whoa, 65 for 2 So Lahore is doing very well. The projected score is 145. But thank you everyone for tuning in. And please remember, support the Dealmaker store. If you are looking for a pre-owned motor vehicle to buy in the Caribbean, then click the link in the video description and support the Dealmaker store. And please, I'm asking you, slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. Until tomorrow, everyone, Carlton Brown saying Godspeed. Have a wonderful day and take care. And see you tomorrow.